Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to Go Figure Customs YouTube channel. Still kind of working on trying to find the perfect blend for social media. This weekend my co-host for General Geekery, which we host on this YouTube channel, was visiting Sovereign Hatchistan, and we did some live streaming on using my Facebook page, the Go Figure Facebook page. I know you can live stream on YouTube as well, but I have more followers on Facebook, so it's I'm trying to find a way to. I think there's a way to share the videos from Facebook to YouTube, but I don't know how to do that yet. We are just not that technically advanced. And then we did do an episode of General Geekery. I will be editing that today and getting that up later. But one of the things that we kind of skipped while my co-host was here was doing unboxing videos and reviews. I kind of would have liked to have done a couple of those while he was here, because he stayed a day later than he planned, and which happened to be good luck for us, because we went to go get paint for customizing. And while we were out, I needed to go to Target because I use a Neutrogena soap to clean my airbrush, and I'm out. So we went to Target to get some soap, and we intended to be disappointed in the toy aisle, but we were not. If you look at my playlist for the videos, you will see I've already done a video review of the Cobra Island Baroness figure for the classified line. We did find the Baroness set, which was an amazing find. We must have just gotten there right after they had restocked, because that wasn't the only thing that was there. The other figure that was there that they're only packing 1 to a case, as near as I can tell, is the Cobra Red Ninja. I've already thrown away the packaging because we spent pretty much the whole weekend, aside from some sightseeing in beautiful Colorado, spent the whole weekend customizing. So I just set up a card table here in the customizing room, and we made a mess. And I spent most of the morning after I took JD to the airport cleaning that up. It was like cleaning up after a great party. We made a mess, but we had fun doing it, and cleaning up's just the price you got to pay for having a good time. So I've already thrown away the packaging for the Red Ninja. I've decided normally I do review three things when I review a action figure. One of those, well, not one of those, but I've decided that 4 is kind of more appropriate. The fourth one's very subjective, and it's just my personal opinion, and that's the collectability. So the collectability right now on the Red Ninja, I will say, is fairly high. Ninjas have been a staple of the G.I. Joe universe since Storm Shadow came out. They were very heavy in the cartoon, and especially in the comic book. I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry. My allergies are driving me insane today. Nope, not gonna sneeze. I promise I will not make you watch me blow my nose. I will pause the video for that, because that is probably something that's going to happen here in a couple minutes. But anyway, the ninjas have been very prevalent in the G.I. Joe universe, in the comic books, in the cartoons, and the toy lines, and that hasn't changed. So the collectability for people to get a ninja, anything ninja, G.I. Joe ninja, is always there. There's always big ninja fans in the G.I. Joe verse. I was really into ninjas when I was a kid in the 80s. I mean, they were everywhere. The ninja movies with Sho Kosugi, of course, the G.I. Joe stuff. I loved it. I've kind of grown out of it. It's not really my thing anymore, as much as it is my co-hosts. But I really liked the sculpt of the Red Ninja in the classified line. I'm still Still not a big proponent for the 6-inch G.I. Joe guys, but a cool action figure is still a cool action figure. And this is a cool action figure. So the collectability, one of the other things that I'm factoring into the collectability is how hard it is to get this figure. As near as I can tell, they're packaging these 1 to a case at this point in time. My understanding is that there's 3 Cobra Commanders, a couple of Roadblocks, 2 Gung Hos, and apparently a Beachhead, because there was a Beachhead that wasn't there previously with this, and 1 Red Ninja to a case at this point in time. Although the rumor is that there will be a upcoming, they will be shipping just a whole case that is just Red Ninjas for army builders, which is what they should be doing with the Cobra Trooper, by the way, too. You know, a case of whatever of Roadblocks and who else is in the Cobra Commander, and who else? Beachhead, and then a couple, you know, maybe 1 or 2 Cobra Troopers, and then a case of Cobra Troopers for the army builders. So the collectability right now is very high on this because it's very hard to get. 1 to a case makes that difficult to begin with. And then Hasbro, in their infinite wisdom and distribution system, which never seems to work right, I don't know how or why they cannot get distribution down. But these are really hard to get a hold of right now, and are going for a premium on eBay, unfortunately, on the secondary market, which I do not condone scalping in any way, shape, or form, by the way. So the collectability right now, instantly, is there. I think this is something that's going to hold its value over time, because there does seem to be a lot of interest in a 6-inch G.I. Joe line, and ninjas being a hallmark, you know, almost even a cornerstone of the G.I. Joe mythos. I think that that will make this figure not only sought after now, but later, and it'll make it hold on to its value as well. The packaging on this, again, sorry, I threw it away already. Was able to salvage the Baroness packaging, but I wasn't going to dig through the trash to pull out the Red Ninja packaging. You can find it on Google Image pretty easily. But the packaging's not bad. I do like the window boxes. They look really nice in the box. They display well. So I do like, and there's a couple nice pieces of art on the box. So the packaging is definitely there. For the mint and box collectors, they do look nice if you're not going to take it out of the box. But I got home and this was the first thing I took out of the box. I left the Baroness. Sorry, allergies. I left the Baroness in the box so I could take a look at this guy first. The playability is one of the other things that I like to review. He is very articulated, so I will give them that. And the joints, ball jointed head, the usual ball joint in the shoulder, double hinged elbow, and then the wrists as you would normally expect them to be. Mid torso articulation. I know there's a lot of people that are not a big fan of that mid torso articulation. That they don't like how it disrupts the flow of the figure. I'm not. It doesn't bother me as much as it does other people. I really don't have a problem with it, although I know that is a sticking point for some people. And then the ball jointed hips, double hinged knees, and then the rocker ankles. It's very well put together. Playability. This is definitely something that, as long as choking, your kids are old enough that choking hazards aren't a problem, that your kids will be able to play with this figure just fine. Even though, it seems to be right now that it's the adult collectors that are going after these. But the playability is definitely there. He comes with a ton of weapons, which I have here. I'm going to take them out because I don't have it set up how it was on display, and we're just gonna show you how he looks with all of his weapons. Man, I really like the skull mask a lot. I like to use skull masks for my range vipers. So it just I really like the sculpt on this. My co-host thinks that the figure is too busy, especially on the chest area, but I rather like I don't think it is, to me. I think he's wrong, which is good, because he's wrong a lot. We got a couple 3-point ninja stars, ninja throwing shurikens on his Paldron there. Just a shoulder armor, and then the waist chainmail that hangs down. He's got a sheath for a sword on the right side, and then 2 loops for weapons on the back. And that is your figure in general. Hang on a sec here, let me kind of position him. And then we'll look at the rest of his weapons here. I do like the rocker ankles. I think that's one of the best joints in general for action figures. It makes dynamic posing a lot more plausible. So he's got a backpack here. It's very simple, which is kind of nice. I like that. It does hold 3 weapons. So it will hold, he's got 2 different swords. I thought they were the same sword, but they're not. So we've got one shorter sword, which is this one right here, and then one longer sword. It's kind of hard to tell them apart on the video. I've been storing the longer sword in the backpack, but it really sticks up high out of there. Let me put it on so you can see. Let me line up his Paldron here with his pig hole. And you can see that it really sticks up high. So let's do the short sword. See how the short sword fits, looks in there. Yeah, see, I think that looks a lot better with the short sword, the shorter sword in that backpack. I'm gonna take that off for a minute. And then he's got 2 commas. And those seem to be the weapons that are supposed to be in those slots, although he also does come with 2 sai. And those can sit in there, but they're very loose. They fall right out. So there you go. There's a backpack with the holding the comma and the short sword. Everything's very well sculpted. I really like the detail that they're able to get in a 6-inch figure. I will have to say that is definitely a thing in the a check mark in the favor of a 6-inch toy line is the detail that you're able to get into a sculpt. And then the other set of weapons that he has are 2 throwing axes. And the sculpt on those are really cool. I like the design on those. The sai can fit in the, can and do fit in the loops on the back of the chainmail, like skirt, I guess, like that. And I was able to, with a little pressure, force the axes into the same loops, and they fit pretty well. And then I don't know that it was designed to take those particular weapons, but it can. the sheath is at kind of a odd angle, and you can't really reposition it. I mean, the long sword looks really goofy in that when it's stored, because it doesn't go down any further than that. So being in a stored position, if you're storing the short sword in the scabbard on the back and storing the long sword in the front, that long sword's awkward no matter what you do, unless that's your primary weapon. But like I said, the axe, if you're using any other weapon, the axes do not fit in the backpack holes at all. So only your sai and your kama are going to fit in those holes. The axes, the only place that those will store are the loops on the back of the waist. So that's him. Well, I guess we can gear him up with all the weapons here. So the playability is really fantastic with this, just because of how many weapons. I think the perfect amount of, I love a lot of gear with a figure. I think the perfect amount of gear is just enough that he's able to carry it, either stored in a backpack or on him somehow, pegged into him, or is able to like hold it, which he is. You're able to get all your gear on the figure. That was kind of that's a throwback to my childhood. I always loved the G.I. Joes that had a ton of gear. But I was always worried that if my figure couldn't hold all the gear that if he had more gear than that he could hold, that he was going to lose that piece of gear, which probably did indeed happen, because he wasn't able to hold on to it and it didn't all stay together. So there he is with the throwing axes. And those do look real nice. The other thing that I always touch on is the customizability. I mentioned in the Baroness review that there wasn't much to improve on straight out of the box. The paint apps were fantastic. While the sculpt on the bike is kind of soft, they did a real good job with the paint on it. So there's not a lot of detail to bring out that isn't already there. However, on the Ninja, there is a lot of sculpted details to this that a really nice paint job could bring out. And my co-host pointed out he didn't like the different tones of red on the figure, so he would have preferred that they had gone with another color. But I don't agree with him on that either. So I like the reds. I like how the complementary colors. So, but there's a lot of details here that can be brought out with a really nice paint job. And like my co-host said, he didn't like the reds. So there's a lot of stuff that you could change with this. I think this would be a really neat figure for as a base for a Night Creeper custom as well. You wouldn't have to do anything other than repaint it. I think it would work as a Night Creeper as well. So there's definitely a lot of room for customizability on the figure. So this kind of like, I don't say it's a perfect figure because it's not the scale I collect or customize. So that's the only detracting feature for me on this. Otherwise, I think it's as close to a perfect figure as you're gonna get. Well, I say that, but it's very subjective. All right. So aside from the scale, so it looks good in the box. So that scratches your itch for the mint and box collectors. It's very playable. I was gonna get my buddy JD had brought his Amazon exclusive Storm Shadow, and we were going to get some shots of them together, but we didn't because we forgot, because we were so busy customizing and sightseeing that we forgot to get pictures of the two of these guys together. I do have one of the Amazon exclusive Storm Shadows coming. I will probably get it the day the second Tuesday after never, because my pre-order got pushed back like a lot of people's did. And really, honestly, I ordered it because it seemed like it was fairly hard to order, and I was able to get a pre-order in, and I was going to use it as trade bait for a Cobra Trooper, which is the other figure that I would really like to have from this line. But if that doesn't work out, then I'm just stuck with the Storm Shadow, and that's fine. Because I was particularly fond of the Ninja Force color scheme, which is what that Amazon Storm Shadow is a homage to the Ninja Force. Is that 92 or 93? I don't remember. JD could tell you, but I know I'm in the ballpark with that. So there's the axes. So yeah, a lot of room for customizability, playability. And it looks great in the box if you're a mint box collector. So it really does cover all of those bases very well. So aside from not being in the scale that I collect, it really just is an all-around decent figure. It's very well built. It's going to be, the backpack tends to fall out a little bit easier than I would prefer, but it's not horrible. Let's position the wrists.
It's 4 o'clock.
Oh, there's a computer telling me what time it is. I did that, found that as a feature. I didn't know it did that. My wife absolutely detests it when things start talking of their own volition. So I left it. I turned that on because it will drive her crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's my goal in life, is to drive my wife crazy. So I've left that on. So there's the Sai. I think that looks really nice. A little paint job would look cool on these to make them silver, although, or a black, a metallic black, anything to make them look metalish, I think would be an improvement. Would be an improvement on the figure, because just the solid black, well, it looks nice, it's not very realistic. So that would be one of the things if I got one to customize, which I'm not going to do 6-inch customs. I know I know people are going to ask, and I'm not going to do 6-inch customs. That was the other thing I was going to mention, the Baroness review. I don't have another Baroness. I'm not going to go look for, I'm not selling it, and and the same thing goes for this. There was not another Red Ninja. I'm not selling this one, and I'm not going to go look for them for other people. I'm sorry. I got a lot of, when I posted the picture of my Facebook page, I got a lot of people asking me to either sell it or go get one for them, and I'm not doing that. Sorry. Yeah, that backpack falls out a little too easily. So there's the comma. And I dropped the backpack. Let me pick that up real quick, because it's still got the sword in it. And then we'll put his swords in his hands. So all around, it's a great figure. I do like it. I am still not a proponent of the 6-inch G.I. Joe line, but like I said, a cool figure is a cool figure, and this is a cool figure, so I'm glad I got it. I don't plan on army building it, even if they do a case of them. I would consider getting a couple more, because in the Silent Interlude G.I. Joe issue, Snake Eyes fought 3 Red Ninjas, so I wouldn't be opposed to having 3 of them, just based on the comic book. But at $20 a pop, I probably that's $60 worth of action figures right there, and I don't need $60 worth of these guys. One's enough. So there he is with his swords. All right, so overall, this is a fantastic figure. It looks great in the box. It plays great out of the box, and there's a lot of room for customizing on this one. So if you can get your hands on one, and hopefully you will soon, soonish. If the rumor holds true that they are going to do just a case of these should make these available for everyone, hopefully soon. Fingers crossed. I know a lot of people are looking for these, and a lot of people want them, and I do wish you good luck in finding them because they are fun action figures. However, if they set this figure in 4-inch scale and this one a 6-inch scale next to it, I'd grab the 4-inch scale one. I probably wouldn't even look at this one. But hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad to see G.I. Joe stuff in the stores again. I think that's about all I got for you on this video. So the usual social media, fun social media stuff. Like the video, comment below, and share the video, and of course subscribe to the channel, because I will be doing more figure reviews. They've got Joy Toy stuff coming, and I'm always open to suggestions on doing for customizing tutorials, and we do have a new episode of General Geekery, which I'm going to be editing here shortly and getting up. So thanks for watching, and tune in to the next episode, or the next video soon. Thanks.